This story is based on a real incident that occurred in the United States in the late 1990s. It is one of the strangest voluntary confessions ever made to police. Because when the man walked in, there was no crime on record and no victim listed as missing. On a quiet weekday afternoon, a man walked into a suburban police station. He was calm, clean, well-spoken. He asked to speak to a detective. When asked why, he said, "I killed someone." Officers assumed it was either a prank or a mental health issue. But the man insisted. He gave his full name, Michael Harris. He provided his address, his phone number, his place of employment. He said he wanted to confess before anyone else got hurt. Michael was taken into an interview room. The conversation was recorded. At first, detectives asked standard questions. Who did you kill? When? Where? Michael answered without hesitation. He said the victim was a woman named Rachel. He didn't know her last name. He said they met months earlier. He said they spoke often. He said she trusted him. When detectives searched their system, no one matching the description was reported missing. No open homicide cases matched the details. They asked Michael to explain what happened. Michael said that on the night of October 3rd, he invited Rachel to his apartment. He said they had dinner. He said they talked for hours. He said nothing felt unusual. Then he said, "I knew I was going to kill her the moment she walked in." The detectives paused. They asked him to continue. Michael said he waited until she stood up to leave. He said he attacked her from behind. He described the room, the furniture, the position of her body. But he avoided graphic details. He said he wrapped her carefully, cleaned everything, and disposed of her body. When detectives asked where the body was, Michael gave them directions, specific directions. He described a remote wooded area near a service road. He described where to park, how far to walk, and exactly where she was buried. Detectives were disturbed by the level of detail. They took him seriously. A search team was dispatched. Michael remained in custody. Hours passed, then days. Nothing was found. No disturbed soil, no remains, no clothing, no evidence of a burial. Detectives returned to the interview room. They asked Michael if he was sure. Michael said, "Yes, I remember it clearly." They asked him to describe Rachel again. Michael hesitated. For the first time, his story changed. He said, "She didn't have a last name when I met her." Detectives asked what he meant. Michael said, "She told me she wasn't supposed to exist." Detectives asked him to clarify. Michael said that Rachel had approached him months earlier. She claimed she was hiding, that she had left her life behind, that no one would be looking for her. She never showed identification. She never used a phone. She paid in cash. She avoided public places. Michael said he believed her, because when he tried to look her up, he couldn't find anything. No social media, no records, no history. Detectives ran background checks on Michael. He had no criminal record, no violent history, no known mental illness. He passed multiple psychological evaluations. He was not delusional. He was not intoxicated. He was not seeking attention. Yet his story remained consistent, except for one detail. When detectives reviewed the interview audio weeks later, they noticed something odd. In several parts of the recording, Michael responds to questions before they are fully asked, as if he already knows what is coming. In one moment, a detective begins to say, "Did she ever tell you?" And Michael interrupts, "That she was afraid of being found?" "Yes." The detective had not finished the sentence. Investigators dismissed it as coincidence until they noticed it happened again and again. Michael remained in custody for weeks. Without evidence, police could not charge him. Eventually, he was released. The case was closed. No crime, no victim, no charges. Years later, a journalist reviewing cold cases found the interview transcripts. What caught her attention was not Michael, it was the name Rachel. The journalist searched archived records, hospital admissions, shelter intakes, unidentified persons. She found something strange. Over a period of 20 years, multiple people across different states had mentioned a woman named Rachel, always without a last name, always described the same way, always said she claimed she was not supposed to exist. None of the sightings overlapped, none of the reports connected, no photographs existed, no fingerprints, no confirmed identity. And in every case where Rachel was mentioned, she eventually disappeared again. Michael Harris was never charged. No body was ever found. No missing person was ever linked to his confession.